everyone, you're welcome to Foodies and Spice, and on today's show is the Christmas rice episode. Now notice for Nigeria, when Christmas don't reach, now rice with a chop. So it's time for you to go call your friends, neighbors and everybody. Foodies and Spice is about to start. Alright guys, so today we are going to be spatchcocking the chicken. What that means is that instead of doing the normal whole chicken that we do, like just adding seasoning to this and throwing it into the oven, we are going to open it up, make it flatter, and it cooks faster. Now the reason it cooks faster is because it's flat. Cooking time shortened, and it's also sweeter, juicier. All that spice will go inside, and the spice I'm using today is curry, salt, garlic and ginger powder. If I'm adding any other thing, you'll see it when I'm adding it. Okay, so it's time to start working on that. So after the chicken, I'll tell you what I'll be using for the jollof rice and the fried rice. So let's get to the chicken. All right guys, so it's time for this spatchcocked chicken. I know all of you now, but don't they check dictionary by now? Okay, that's what me say here. So I had to check it out, and it just means that I would have preferred the word maybe butterfly chicken, like you open the chicken and it looks more like a butterfly, but let's try it. So you need a pair of good kitchen scissors. I'm hoping that this scissors is good enough. And you're supposed to look for the spine, the spinal cord of the chicken, which is around here. So you're going to cut both sides of the spinal cord. So that's what I'm going to try to do now. So you cut it from the neck. Now, if you don't have a kitchen scissors, you can use a knife to just follow the line. So I've removed one part, and I'm going to remove the second part of the spine. Okay, so this is the spine. You just remove it from the two sides of the rib. This is where I get to pick my knife, and this breast area in between here, just break it open a little so that it can give it space. And that is your spatchcocked chicken. So it's time for me to quickly mix the spice I'll be using. Alright, so to make my mix, I'm going to be using very simple mix. Add your seasoning cube, 1 tablespoon of ginger powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder. You can make a tablespoon and a half, and a tablespoon of curry, and of course salt to taste. And I'll be adding some black pepper. Rosemary and chicken goes together, they are friends. Add the rosemary into the marinade and bring everything together with your oil. So bring everything together with oil. So I'll mix. Set aside and begin to pat this chicken to dry. Okay, so I'm going to pat this dry with a kitchen paper towel. First is to salt the cavity, the inside of the chicken. So I'll bring my spice mix now and look for underneath the breast skin. This is it. This is it. So I'll put some of that spice under it and spread it. I'll do the same for the chicken lap. Just look for a space to go in between the skin and the flesh. So you loosen here also. Put it in to the skin. So that's it. Our spatchcocked chicken with the marinade, and it's time for it to go into the oven. So I'm just going to put a parchment paper on my oven tray and then transfer the chicken, and I'll place it. Fresh rosemary. Okay, so I should have actually laid this one underneath the chicken before I place the chicken, but I can just throw it in. That's the onions. All right, so this goes into the oven. This is a preheated oven, so I'm just going to set it to 225 or 250 and allow it cook for about an hour. So while this is cooking, I'm going to get to my jollof rice immediately. 1.5 cups of oil. That should be fine. And I always like to season my oil with salt. So I'll be adding a little bit of salt to season the oil. And the next thing that will go in is my tomatoes. Alright, so you allow this fry for about 4 minutes till it is done. By 4 minutes, it's ready. So I'm going to cover this to cook. Okay, so don't forget our 800-gram rice. An 800-gram rice should feed 4 to 5 people. Now there's this argument if it's better to use parboiled rice for jollof or you just rinse out the rice and use it. So quickly let me know in the comment section from wherever you're watching me. But if you're watching me on TV, you can just send me a message on any of my social media handles or platforms showing on the screen right now. Let me know if you are team parboiled rice for jollof or team rinse and use it like that. So it's our 4 minutes. I'll stir on this, and the next thing I'm going to do is add the chicken stock. Alright, so we'll be using about 1.7 liters of stock or water, but I have 1 liter of stock here. Now I'm going to allow it come to a boil before I add the rice. Seasoning cubes for taste in our jollof. I'm going to stir on that. You know, I was telling you about 1 liter water, 1.7 liter water and all that. It still depends on the kind of rice that you'll be using. So today I'm using basmati rice. So 1 liter water is actually okay for basmati rice. Now if you're using local rice or any other type of rice that takes time to cook, you can increase the water according to waiting go rich and done. According to how it will be cooked. Alright? So I'm adding my 800-gram rice now. Rice in now, I'm just going to cover it and allow it cook beautifully while I start prepping for the fried rice. But today my fried rice has a twist. It's a coconut fried rice. You'll love it. Okay, so these are very beautiful jumbo prawns. And I'm just going to quickly clean it. I'm removing both the shell, everything. I'm not keeping them today. You have to remove the gut from this side. So that is the gut. Some can be bigger than this or smaller, so you just remove this. So I'm going to season with some ginger powder, curry powder, onion powder, and salt. Now mix together. Just a little bit of oil, enough to coat the pan. So I'm just going to swirl that a bit. The jumbo prawns. 2 minutes on each side or 2.5 minutes on each side, depending on your heat, will be fine. While that is cooking, I'm going to add some chicken chunks into my fried rice. So I want to prep that now. I'm using chicken breast, and all I need to do is get the flesh out and cut them into chunks. I'll get this out now. A little bit more oil. Then I'll be seasoning this chicken as well. Some salt, some garlic powder, some curry powder, some of that onion powder as well, and black pepper. Rub it, and begin to lay them into the pot or pan. So one side is cooked. Once it starts browning, you turn the other side to cook. So I'll set this aside too till when I need it. A little bit more oil, and then I'll saute my onion. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, this jollof rice is actually done. So I'm just going to turn it off and give it about 5-7 minutes to rest before we fluff it. So while that will be happening, onions into this oil. This is the best thing to happen to onion and oil, garlic, since the days of Adam and Eve. Throw garlic into that oil. Smells so good. I'm going to add some oregano and a sprig of rosemary. To add some ginger, and we add ginger. All right. So I'll stay on that. Allow all that aromatics come out very well. This onion is caramelized. It's okay. I'm going to add my coconut milk now. Sounds good. Something you must not fail to add is your pepper. So I'm using Scotch bonnet today. That's your atarodo. If you want any other type of pepper, is nice. And this recipe doesn't actually call for you to blend it. You just need to chop it and throw it in. Right, so I'm going to be adding chicken stock. So this is very lovely. This is very, very lovely. I'll give it some time to come to that rolling boil before I add the rice. I'm just going to cover this one now. All right, so this has come to the rolling boil. It's time for me to taste it and be sure that all my seasoning and the taste is on point. Wow, this is good though. So it's time for my Nigerian powdered curry. Now this tastes really, really good. So my rice goes in now. Time for me to tell you more about my jollof rice. So our jollof rice has rested. Time to fluff it. This looks really, really good. The color is beautiful. The aroma is fantastic. And the taste, (101%). Fantastic. This is beautiful. Christmas done set. I'm just going to, I told you earlier, add some olive to this to just make it pretty for your Christmas table. So while the rice is cooking, I'm just going to quickly saute these vegetables. Oil enough to coat the pan. And this is just good. A little bit of salt just to season the oil and also bring all the ingredients together. So I'll add the veg. I also have some kidney beans in here for some color. Pepper works. The remaining garlic, ginger, and onions powder. Oregano. And curry powder. Now remember, you don't need to overcook them because these are already pre-cooked, so you don't need to overcook again. I can add my chicken in there. Stir on everything, then I'm going to pour it on my rice right now. On top of the rice. Spread it on it. Now don't forget our prawns. I did not cook it till done then, so it's going to cook with this heat now, while we'll allow the rice dry up completely before we fluff. I just checked up on my chicken and it's doing really well. It has done well, very beautiful. In between, I actually used the juice from the chicken, I mean the chicken oil or the water where they bring out the drippings. Yeah, I used a brush to baste it back on the chicken. Yeah, that gives it some shine. It's not looking dried out, and of course the juice goes back in again. It's turned off now, and I'm going to allow it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes before I serve it. But for now, coconut fried rice too is ready. This looks very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Aroma fantastic, 101%. Yeah. So this is good. It's time to serve now. Food done, Christmas rice done ready. Time for the pictures. You know where to check them out at Gina Foodies and Spice on Instagram and facebook.com/foodiespice to see all the beautiful pictures we're about to take now. So go join us. And I've got Jody here with me. Jody, you're welcome to Foodies and Spice today. It's been a while.
Thank you.
This is how your Christmas table should be looking like if you are going to cook rice on Christmas Day. And you need to stick with Foodies and Spice because next week another thing to get ready for Christmas is here. So Jody, quickly. So while she's umming, I'm going to be testing mine as well. Yeah. But I know it's nice.
This is lovely.
And of course, you know, fried rice is always in Nigerian Christmas menu.
Yes.
So today I just decided to add coconut milk into my fried rice.
Oh my God.
I'm hoping this comes out right too.
You know, I was planning to lose weight. This is not fair.
Nobody loses weight during Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have those giant prawns to go with it.
Oh Lord.
So what do you think about the coconut fried rice?
This is the best. Oh my God, how I wish the viewers could just taste this. This is awesome.
It's really nice, and you know, for everything I did today, you can even see my beautiful spatchcock chicken. Spatchcock chicken is like trending all over social media, so I believe that all the food bloggers and all the foodies this season are making spatchcock. So that's why I decided to show my people before time. People have to spatchcock chicken. So I hear you just released an EP. Tell us about it.
Yes. I released an acoustic EP. An EP, that's an extended play, mini album of 4 songs. It's a gospel EP. Goodness of the Lord, Seasons, Psalms chapter 27. The Lord is my light and salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid?
Wow, that's beautiful. Where can people listen to your song?
It's available online on iTunes, Apple, any online store.
All right, guys, the year is coming to an end. If God has not done anything for you, the fact that you are watching Foodies and Spice is enough in this Corona and NSAS and fantastic year. So it's good for us to take time out to praise. So check out iTunes, Jody Great, everywhere. Follow her on Instagram,
The title of
Facebook.
the EP is Songs of Truth.
Yeah, so search for Songs of Truth by Jody Great and enjoy these songs and praise God. And of course, this is the season of thanking Jesus and celebrating Jesus. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Don't forget everything that we've done today. You can check it out on YouTube, youtube.com/Gina Ehikodi. In case you missed anything on TV, just run to YouTube and check it out. My Spatchcock chicken.
Spatchcock chicken.
Yep.
Spatchcock chicken is the Christmas chicken.
Yeah. So tell us what you think about it. I use very simple marinade.
This doesn't taste so simple. This is heavenly.
Are you sure?
Oh my, what are you saying? It's lovely. This is lovely. You would love it.
Okay. It's actually good.
All right.
Alright guys, so it's been a very beautiful episode today. I enjoyed myself. Love you all so much. See you next week. Mwah.